What up? What up?
Ooh, bro, I'm awake as hell.
Let's go. We got the caffeine in the house.
We got the caffeine with the cocktail this week, man. I'm going to be bouncing off the wall here in a second.
Little espresso for you guys. Mm-hmm. Welcome back, everybody, to the Carpet Football Podcast. He is Swan and I'm Sean, and every week we get together, have a few drinks, talk about things going on in the world, try to focus on things making an impact, whether they be good, bad, or otherwise. Hit it with the drink of the day.
Man, Sean pulled up with the best of both worlds right now, man. The espresso
and the cafecito.
And liquor. We should call it the cafecito. No. What's the Bad Bunny song? Café con ron. We should have called it the café con ron, but except it's not rum.
It's café not rum. That's right.
Try to add bourbon as an accent, but delicious drink. I don't think we've done this on the pod before. So
I'm pretty sure we haven't.
Definitely not, right? So this is, we call it a revolver. So in a mixing glass, you guys are gonna do 2 ounces of the high rye bourbon, right? So we did a high rye, which this one is the Brothers Bond. This is not the first time we've done this one. This one's actually really good. We've done this one a couple times. I think we've done it in old fashioned and some other bourbon.
I don't know if we've done the high rye one.
You might be right.
I think that one, this recipe called for the high rye, so I specifically got that one because of it.
Yeah, so the 2 ounces of the high rye, so we did the Brothers Bond, a half ounce of espresso liqueur, which we did the Flor de Caña espresso liqueur, and then a generous amount of chocolate bitters and orange bitters, so like 3-4 dashes of each. Oh. Stir that thing up, put it in a rocks glass with a nice ball of ice, and then torch an orange peel for the garnish, and that's it. Pretty simple, straight to the point, delicious. I'm gonna be fucking running laps here in a minute. The espresso's kicking in. Normally by this point I'm yawning.
Yeah. No, for some reason, man.
I'm old now.
Yeah, I don't know if this shit. I'm wondering, man. Does this have caffeine in it?
Yeah,
I would imagine that it does.
It's a placebo effect.
Yeah, maybe it's just that.
I just see the word espresso, my brain's like, let's go. Oh man, but it's good, man. I like this. It's delicious. It kind of goes down like an espresso. I mean, with like a old fashioned with espresso, really is what it feels like.
Yeah, definitely. So with an old fashioned, when you do like the sugar or the simple syrup, it has a little bit more of a sweeter flavor to it.
Yeah.
This one is definitely like sort of more liquor. Almost like more liquor based. I feel like it's not as sweet as a
for sure.
As an old fashioned.
So if you're not a fan of like the bitter stuff, it might be tough because espresso is pretty bold, the bourbon and all that. But I like this one. Man.
But it's good, yeah, man.
Hell yeah, and it's simple.
It's in a rotation.
You just throw it in there, throw the bitters in. I feel like some of these you can even build it without the mixing glass. So like if you just built it in the glass with the highball and you just threw everything in there, stirred it, like it might even work that way. But yeah, it's good. I like it. And it's cake.
Let's go.
But take us to Carpet Footprint, man. What you got this week?
Carpet of the week is going out to Mr. John Beam. Unfortunately, Mr. John Beam has passed away. He was the athletic director and former head coach at Laney College in Oakland. He was also featured on Netflix show Last Chance U back in 2020.
That was one of the COVID shows that took off, right?
Yeah.
That big, I never had a chance to see it, but I remember it dominating social media.
No, I didn't see it either, man. The reason why I kind of gave it to him was because I didn't realize how many NFL players knew this guy. So yeah, man, just want to give him, give him his props. Never heard of him before, and it's unfortunate to hear about somebody like that who's making a contribution to people's lives and in communities when they pass away, rather than before. Again, maybe I would have heard of him, but I watched The Last Chance U. So that's cool that Netflix was able to showcase a guy like that. Obviously had a big impact on people's lives. So shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out to him, man. It always sucks. He said these guys lost a role model and fucking somebody to call.
Yeah, man. And in some cases, a father figure, man. It was the one story that I heard that came out where it was like the person's father passed away, and I don't know how they got passed away, but it was like this dude kind of stepped in as like the father figure, and sort of to try to mold the kids and sort of keep on the education and, like I said, like the financial stuff, things that you look to your dad to teach you.
Yeah, listen, man, we all need it, bro. We always talk about this all the time. It's like guys just you need that friend, you need that person you can pick up the phone and call or whatever. Yep. So he was like that. He was that guy for a lot of people. Yeah.
Yep.
That's fucking sucks, man. Hopefully, I mean, nothing brings him back, right? But hopefully justice is served and whatever format that is. I don't even
Yeah.
really know, man. But yeah, you know, I have I always feel like a dick, man. You always make me feel like an asshole
Because you are an asshole.
I got a college professor also making the news.
Okay.
Kind of on the opposite side of the headline, though. Is
this is a local guy?
professor, man. Local
like
professor.
local news.
Yeah, so a local professor here from UCF. I gotta pull.
Go
up
Knights.
I gotta pull up his name. Yup. He's interesting story, man. He's driving, and one of his students. He runs into one of his students on an e-bike. And he's driving on his way to campus. I think they get on the campus.
Runs into him, like literally, like hits him, runs into him?
No, like happens to go by.
Okay,
so the guy's name is Shuo Shang Pang. You guys guess what ethnicity this guy is. I'm gonna go ahead and show you.
Guess
his
what
picture,
race
it makes it hilarious and adds elements. And then, so this guy runs. One of his students is driving an e-bike. Pang tells him allegedly. I gotta use allegedly because we can get sued. Allegedly tells the student like to slow down. I guess the student driving recklessly and too fast.
Okay.
The student's kind of like fuck you, and he just keeps going fast because you know how students are. And Pang then, I guess they get onto, I guess close enough to campus or into campus, they slow down. Pang then catches up to him, grabs him, and basically starts yelling at him to slow down. The student's like, yo, let me go, you know, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Pang slaps his helmet off and then punches him, and then they get into a scuffle.
Oh, shit.
And then, you know, somebody steps in, breaks it up, yada, yada, they do the whole thing. But I go, bro, this feels like one of those, like, you know, it was like, if I see this motherfucker outside, it's on sight. It seemed like a fed up professor, bro. It was like, if it's on
or you know, like it might be one of them things where you've seen it enough, and you go, no, like that's enough. Like next time I see it, I'm gonna say something.
Yeah. Oh man, but like,
So I'm assuming he's gone from the school.
Yeah, he got fired. He's got fired. He's on a cadet.
I'm assuming if you have tenure,
he was arrested, but yeah, maybe if he has tenure, he'll be fine.
No, but that's got to be a fireable offense, even if you have tenure, right?
You think so? I don't know, man. The tenure thing is wild. I think if you fight on campus, well, no, I guess because they said campus people broke up the fight, so
yeah, so you got to be on campus.
Yeah, he's listed on UCF's website as a professor still of optics and photonics. I don't even know what that is, bro. But it sounds like something someone Asian should be teaching.
Sound like some AI shit.
His arraignment is scheduled for tomorrow, actually. So we're doing it. So we'll find out. So maybe he's on paid administrative leave.
Oh wow.
So maybe he does have tenure, and maybe they'll follow the whole, you know, whatever the legal process, and then go from there, and then punish him or not punish him depending on how that plays out. Because maybe if he's found innocent.
Dude, so I gotta say, so like, man, you know, it's a tough spot, bro, when you're teaching adults, and then. So if you're a professor, like in this case, when you're on college campus, and you from like almost like adult to adult, you go, hey man, like kind of like you're breaking the rules of the school. And again, I don't know if there's speed limits or they shouldn't be on the sidewalk or where this guy was riding, right? But if you're breaking the rules of the school and the teacher like points it out to you, I guess the right thing to do is to call security, but. Sometimes you just be getting fed up with shit, man. Yeah, I think the problem with this one specifically is that Asians should be given driving advice. This is why you are the asshole. Now, if you're an adult, I feel like in college, you should be allowed. I feel like you should be allowed to fight your professors and vice versa. Like a professor should be like, "Yo, let me see you after class," and that shit means that we fighting. Yeah, right. That should meet me at 3 o'clock outside.
Bro, I go. The story is so wild because it's just like, oh, hey, slow down, and this guy's either having the worst day ever, right, and then just takes it out of the student, or this student is just like a dick that he hates in one of his classes, and he's like, I can't wait to catch this motherfucker outside one day. He's like, I've been taking kung fu for 22 years. I've been itching to use that shit on somebody. These taekwondo lessons are gonna pay off eventually, bro. That's
supposed to be self-defense.
We all know someone like
that. I'm about to be in attack mode.
We all know somebody, and we're like, I'm willing to do the jail time. We all got one person where we're like, nah, that's worth it. Oh man, that shit was funny, bro. And just seeing the picture of the guy, he just looked angry.
He does look angry. I gotta say that. Did I say anything about him? Like, I mean, he was fine of sound mind. Like, he wasn't drinking, nothing like that, right?
Probably not. Yeah. Who knows? What'll come out?
And you know what, bro? You just never know what people are going through.
Yeah, that guy. Like, he could have just had a
that
shitty
dude,
day, man.
Right, that dude could have just walked in on his wife banging his best friend. Like, who knows?
Right before that, and his best friend pulled up in an e-bike to the. It's like he beat him up just for riding an e-bike.
Dude, it could be like those e-bikes in New York, man. The fuckers are crazy. The little fucking scooters, man.
Everywhere now.
Yeah, and you gotta look both. You really gotta look both ways.
I see them a lot here now too, man.
Dude, but like in Manhattan, where you got like, where it's like traffic is all going sort of one way.
Yeah.
Dude, you gotta look both ways.
Oh, because they can come. Oh, which you're not.
No, you're not supposed to, but they do it. They do what the hell they want.
People just make up rules.
And they got those fucking the lanes.
Yeah, New York is really wild, though, because New York has shit. People put bumpers on their bumpers because you're just expected to get hit. You know
Oh, that's right. They put the covers on the bumpers.
I'll be like, what's that for? Also, when people hit you, I'm like, they just know what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like, it's a different beast, bro. But also, man, I've been in cities, and a lot of European cities are like this because like the mopeds and shit are big, where these motherfuckers drive wild and they cut you in, and I'm like, yo, you were half a second away, like, hey, my vision ain't that good. I was like, you shouldn't be cutting me off in the dark like that. But they don't give a fuck. They're not waiting for lights. They're not waiting. They just go. No. And it is pandemonium in some of these cities, man, with the mopeds and the e-bikes, man.
Bro. Dude, I heard, speaking of New York, man, and we talked about, I think it was last week when Mamdani won the mayor.
Yeah.
Right? So he's not a mayor of New York, so I guess he will be in January 1.
That's right. I was going to ask if it was communist yet.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Coming. But I thought of, so I had heard that in New York, or in New York City, I don't know if it's in New York State or New York City, like you don't have to show ID. As a matter of fact, they tell you not to bring your ID when you go vote.
They tell you not to?
Yeah,
why?
And so so you go like, that sounds like a bullshit.
It just sounds wrong, yeah.
It sounds bullshit. No, but I looked into it, and they go like, yeah, like I guess when you're a resident of the city, so if you live there, you get some like card that says like, oh, yo, like I live. And so they literally just ask you like your name.
So presumably that means you've already gone through this.
At least that you lived there.
But in order to get that card, though, don't you probably have to show some ID and all these other proof of residency and yada yada yada, and you're in some database?
Yeah,
I don't know enough, but
right. And it seems
I would
like
think
that.
But I guess you could fake it.
But you could fake, right? It just makes it like it's easy to fake.
Well, this is the
and they had the biggest turnout this time. I don't know if it's ever.
No, I think
right?
New Yorkers don't vote. Not in mayoral, you would think, right? But like
not for mayor anyway.
The mayoral elections, the New Yorkers aren't known to vote a lot. But this is also in line with like the I don't even want to call it tinfoil hat theory because I guess it makes sense, right? Where the whole like letting illegals in or not in or whatever, it's really more about. It's really more political than anything else because the idea is that the party that lets them in, like right now, it's like
they're going to vote for you.
They're going to vote for you when they're allowed to vote, or if they get citizenship, or if they are in, somehow are able to vote, or it ain't even that. Like it even goes beyond voting. You get representatives based on population. And so if the population in an area, like if they take a census and the population in an area is high, the population doesn't give a shit whether or not you're a citizen. It just counts how many people live in that house.
Right.
So it could be 47 Mexicans in a duplex, and they're like, there's 47 people there.
Why they gotta be Mexican?
So I'm just saying. Because some people procreate. That's all I'm saying. A lot. I say it could be, my bad, it would be 94 Puerto Ricans.
There you go.
Living in a one bedroom in the Bronx. And so what they count is the 94. It doesn't matter how many people are legal. And so what happens is how you get representatives based on population. Yeah. The census doesn't factor in citizenship.
Oh,
and so what they're saying is the more representatives you get, the more representatives you get in Washington, the more likely, you can get your votes, your agenda across. And so it goes beyond like the whole like, oh, they should be here. Like people think politicians give a fuck about like, I just want them to be here legally and not steal jobs from Americans. And it really has nothing to do with that. It has more to do with maintaining control of the power of the thing. Yeah.
And dude, staying with the Mamdani thing, right? Like there was a couple of things that I go, and he wants to do a lot of stuff, right? And listen, the guy is charismatic. He He can own a room. You know, he can kind of talk the talk, right?
Great politician.
Yeah,
I don't know whether he's going to be good or bad or whatever, but great politician, right? As politicians go.
There's a couple of things that I saw that he wanted to do. Like, he wants to make buses free.
Yeah.
I don't know about trains, but definitely wants to do buses free. And then he wants to do like almost like government-run supermarkets.
For like, is it to hand out like for the benefits that they're already giving people, like the SNAP benefits and that sort of thing?
No, I think it's supposed to be like lower cost groceries.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I was like, man, unless you're doing that across the city and where there's an abundance in those, I don't see how that would work. And then the other thing is, when have you ever wanted government to be in charge of anything?
No, I don't.
They're usually not efficient. They usually, it's the quality is usually lower. Like we used to make, like when I was a kid, right? There was people who say like on welfare who would go and get like the cheese block, like the government cheese,
the government
right?
cheese. Yeah.
This shit's bad. Like it's I didn't like it, right? It's just like it's that compared to like the fucking, I don't know, Kraft cheese, right? Like it's not. Like the quality is
also not real cheese, but
right,
it's
but like the quality is not.
The quality is garbage,
right? Or at least that's what my taste buds said. But I'm just going.
Those are the taste buds of a different tax bracket, bro.
Yeah, but we wasn't rich growing up. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't. But my mother shopped at Key Food, right? So we didn't go like we didn't have that, right? So I don't know, man. I looking at the things that he wants to put in place, and I give it to him, man. He makes it sound good. Yeah. It sounds good. I think that he speaks to what the people at least in New York want for the most part. I guess the majority, right? He speaks to the whole like rent control, right? It was like rent's too high, so we gotta control that. You know, I want transportation to be less. I want you to have lower price groceries. You know, so I get it. Like I kind of want to sit back when I'm going to, right? Because I don't live there, and watch. Yeah. This experiment. This rings of communism, and everywhere that we've seen communism, I mean, even China is not truly communist. Like they have a lot of capitalism.
No, right. There's a name for it, but yeah.
Right. Like it's just like there's not
like everything else. They kind of perfected communism, right? Like.
Well, yeah.
Like they have the best version of it.
It's just the best version, right?
Like as far as we know, their people seem happy.
Seems like it, yeah.
They have access. Like I know we'll say like, hey, they're blocked off to all our websites and yada yada yada, right? But like we don't think.
But for the most part, they're not.
We don't think they're like in third world countries. We don't think like, yeah, sure, we overpopulated yada yada, but we don't look at China and go.
They're like, not North Korea,
right? So like they perfected communism, bro. So wait, is the communism on this side of the world considered bootleg communism? Or like is China's communism like
we definitely got the bootleg.
We got the bootleg, and they got the Gucci of communism, and then the rest of us got great value or fucking great value as communism. Step it up, I'm done. I think for me like the I think all politicians are full of shit, right? And so it's tough for me to, I guess, I don't want to say care, but. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of assume that they're all trying to push their own agenda, right? And so, but what you can do is go, all right, what do you do that actually helps people? And what speaks to people? Because like you were saying, like I'll give him credit, super ambitious. As a politician, you know, knows what to say, obviously has like Trump, we've talked about this ad nauseum, but Trump had his like build the wall, right? And it's like a slogan, like whether you like it or love it, it was like the thing that became the sort of, his slogan, the calling card for his first term. Yeah. The second term was, the Epstein files shit, right? And it was like, and that became his thing. It's like, and I think that's something that Democrats like sorely lacked. Like they didn't have a thing that was like, hey, what the fuck are you gonna do? And for better or worse, he came in and was like, yo, I'm gonna give you groceries and I'm gonna do, and so
Democrats basically said, we're gonna just keep doing what we're doing.
Right. And so, and they lost, right? Yeah. And so, and I guess Trump too won on like, oh, eggs are cheaper, right? Like that was the second term thing was like, sorry, it wasn't just the Epstein files, but it was also like, hey, groceries are high, right? And so like, I think that becomes relatable to people. I am curious, and like I feel like I'm going to keep an eye on, even though I'm not a New Yorker, but just to see what he does there, because I go at its core, I think his intentions are right. I don't know how the execution is going to work. I don't know what the long-term effects of this are. I don't know. Because here's the other thing, man, is like we could sit here and say like, oh, this is going to lead to like all this shit, right? And we'll point to Cuba, we'll point to all these other places or whatever.
There's also been places in the U.S., man, that have tried like this whole like free bus program. Yeah. And it doesn't really work. Like it doesn't, like some places have tried it and stopped it. I don't know what his, like what his version of it is going to be. But again, I'm kind of glad I don't live there, and I'm happy to watch from afar. But to your point about him being a politician and an ambitious politician, he can never be president. He wasn't born here.
Correct. So there's no upside.
Right. So then what is because we've always said it here. We kind of fuck around with it, but it's kind of true. Where the mayor of New York is actually a better position to be in than the governor of New York.
Oh, absolutely. The mayor of New York City
just has more visibility.
Political, yes. And I don't know what the term limits are because like, you could do that for a long time. And sure, you can get a lot of political capital with that, and maybe you can help that party win in other ways. But the end game for him is very limited, right? Like he can't be president of the United States. Right. And I think I just have to look at people's intent. Like, hey, I could think you're a dumbass. I could think you're not going to execute it well. But it's like, hey, man, what is your intent with doing this? And it's like your heart's in the right place, or so it seems, right? And so I gotta look at it at face value to go like, all right, man, like you said, I don't know how you're gonna pay for it. So yeah, time will tell, man. I think the intent of him appears to be in the right place.
Yeah.
And we've seen this in the past with other people, like, again, love it or hate it, like DeSantis here. Has ambitious plans for eliminating property tax in Florida.
Come on,
and again, love it or hate it, I don't know how you're gonna pay for it, whatever. But like, hey, if it works out, it's the right way. Like, let's go.
Come on.
Fucking Barack, again, love it or hate it, ran on the premise of like the healthcare, right, and delivered on a solution. You don't have to agree with the thing, but it was his promise to the people was, I'm going to deliver some universal healthcare, and he did it.
And bro, it's not a perfect system,
around, but it's still around, right? And as much as people talk about getting rid of it and redoing it, and yada yada yada, they've had 12. Yeah, so for better or worse, man, like delivered on a campaign promise that he said, and I'm not saying the policy was perfect or whatever, but it was like it was his promise. Right, and he executed. So I'm curious to see what happens in New York, man. I'm like cautiously optimistic. I'm skeptical because, like you said, like I don't know how you pull any of this off.
I think even with the grocery store stuff, right? If you get a government-run grocery store, I go, I don't trust the government to get good shit that I'm going to get in other grocery stores.
Yeah.
B, how do you prevent hoarding? So if I can get shit cheaper at this place, like why would I not? Because that's human nature, bro.
I'm sure there's gonna be a time limit or something. Like you can only go back like X amount. You know what I mean?
But it's like communism, right? You go get your rations.
Yeah. I think the difference. I think I slipped away from my point earlier. I think, and again, this could be naivety because I've only lived in America in this sort of like state, right? And so I just have, I think maybe it's an overinflated sense of faith in that we're just better at shit, like we're smarter, and that I don't, like when people say communism, to me it's like an extreme reaction to some shit. I just don't see this ever becoming that, right? Like I in my mind I just go, it's just a different way. We're going to figure out a way to do it. It's not going to be perfect at first, but we'll figure out some way and it'll be just fine. Now, whether the argument then becomes, there's the same argument that we have now for welfare and SNAP where people are like, oh, people are just lazy. They don't get off of help. Blah, blah, blah. Like, does this just turn into like, oh, people just go to the government grocery store, yada, yada. Maybe. I guess I have this like false confidence, I guess, in us as a people in the United States that like, there's a very good chance we're never going to fall into communism here. Like, and again, maybe that's just from a security of like, it hasn't happened and yada, yada. But like, there's naivety. I just think we're a country built on rebellion. We're a country built on capitalism. Like, I just don't see us ever going. I think people throw around the communist shit, and it's just like a fucking buzzword or like a scare you word, or it's like shit that people who don't agree with what he's doing use to scare people or like justify their hate of him or whatever it is. Like, I'm not saying you have to love him. I just think like we fearmonger a lot, and so it's just one of those words to me that we just throw. You know, it's like Nazi, right? When people are like, "Oh, Trump's a Nazi" or whatever, it's like that's a pretty strong fucking statement to make. You know what I mean? Like,
here's the other thing, man. I think the whole communism, like using communism as a scare tactic, only works for people of a certain age group. So, and I explain why. I will say my parents' generation, right? I will say my grandparents' generation, my parents' generation, and then my generation. We were all brought up, or at least like when I was a kid, the whole Cold War.
Well, yeah, right? You guys were always against communist villains,
like
Russia,
communism,
Cuba,
right? Communism was like a fucking four-letter word,
or whatever.
Yes. And I think that the kids growing up now, like, they weren't exposed to that kind of propaganda. Mm-hmm. And so perhaps the younger generation is looking at things differently. Now, do they find out that this shit doesn't work and then they just go like, okay, we got to go back the other way? Absolutely,
right, yeah.
Possibly, right? Like,
yeah. Does it collapse the society to where we're all like hoping to get our one bag of rice every month?
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think so. And that's what I mean is like, oh, he's socialist or he's whatever. I'm like, let's find out. Whatever we're doing now is not working. Let's find out. You know what I mean? Like, worst case, someone new will be in there in 2 years from now and they'll switch it. Like, I never believe in the extremes of shit because, again, I think it's just fear mongering. And it's always, I'm again like, being a dead horse here, but we always talk here about like
we overcorrect, bro,
and overcorrect, and how each side hates the other side, and not really sure why, but they just have to vote for their party, and I think they just latch on to the word, the buzzword, or the fear tactic that the other side kind of spews, and it works, right? This is why people do it.
Yep.
Without ever really giving it thought. It's like, have you ever really thought about what communism and socialist country does? Like, yeah, is it a socialist policy? Sure. Does it mean that fucking New York City and America as a whole is going to fall into this like social? And to be honest with you, it probably will, to an extent of if we get into a state like you know, like you look at Alaska, where they're making all this money off oil and their job supply is pretty limited unless you're working oil and all this other stuff. And they do like almost like a profit share with their citizens, right? In certain places in Alaska, where they give them like a universal basic income, right, for citizen there or whatever. Yep. It's like out of necessity, right, out of need, out of you know, it isn't like, hey, these people are too lazy. It's like there literally isn't much commerce there, and then they're like, hey, also we're drilling and we're making all this money off of this, let's share it with our citizens too. Why not? You know, like, we're probably heading into a state where that's going to be more common for certain things, especially if you want to keep, you know, we talked about this the other day, where we're saying like, hey, certain cities, whether you were a coal mining city or like, that shit's dead in a lot of places, right? It's not going to be a thing. But there's certain communities that, like, you know, Detroit, built on the automobile industry, right? The like, if they don't shift like their or they didn't shift their sort of their commerce, the thing that made the people there a lot of money and drove a lot of trade. Like, Detroit collapsed, right, because of that. So should have Detroit have gotten something like universal basic income from some other form until they could roll out a new form of you know, trade or commerce? Yeah. Or is it just like too bad move and figure it out? Like, I don't know what the right answer is, but like, is it wrong if the government steps in and goes, hey, for X amount of years, we're making all this money doing this thing, I don't know, whatever export that the government can take part in Detroit, and go, we'll take care of their citizens. It's going to take 10 years to change industries and build out a new economy in Detroit that isn't reliant on automobile manufacturing. Like, I don't know what the answer to that is, but like, I go, you got to try shit. And it's weird. It's really bizarre. Like, as a people that we like knock each other for like attempts at trying to not even get ahead, but like get by. Like, we'll call people on food stamps and all that kind of shit like lazy or whatever. And there are some, right? But we'll knock the entire program as a whole without realizing like there's some good that comes with that, right? Yeah. There are people who benefit from having that for a certain set of time to get back on their feet, and that's what it's meant to do. It's like, hey, knock the program and try to improve it. Don't just say get rid of the shit because everybody's lazy as fuck. Yeah. That isn't always the case.
And also, man, we always overcorrect. Like we're notorious for overcorrecting. So if this is an overcorrection, like rest assured, we'll overcorrect in the other direction at some point.
At some point, yeah, we'll do. Right, like it'll get back to whatever you guys want at some point in time, man.
All right, man. Listen, I gotta talk about this because this is a hot button.
Ooh, let's go. I like when you get hyped about shit, man. Let's go.
Okay, listen. This week, NFL, somebody else got spit on.
We know how you feel about getting spit on.
Don't spit on me. Jamar Chase, bro, as a player, so Jamar Chase is a phenomenal wide receiver for the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm a fan of his. I like to watch him play. He's a great player. I have no idea what kind of person he is. This week, I know what kind of person he is. And I'm no longer a fan.
You know?
So Jamar Chase and then Jalen Ramsey, who's part of the Pittsburgh Steelers, they were playing this weekend. And I guess, they're basically wide receiver and a defensive back. And those guys jaw at each other throughout the game, especially when they're highly competitive guys, right?
Yeah.
So the footage shows, man, and Jamar Chase did deny this, but the footage shows him spit while they're kind of
Oh, he tried to deny it. And I'm like, bro, you're in 4K on every camera, and the eye in the sky got you.
Bro, when I saw it, I'm like,
it's not even a subtle spit, bro. That shit's like a waterfall. Fucking.
And so Jalen Ramsey,
allegedly,
fuck that shit. That shit is not alleged. He is guilty. Now, if he has said, "Yo, I spit, but it wasn't at him. I just spit down, whatever."
Yeah.
I don't know what the guy definitely spit. Jalen Ramsey, I love his reaction because he fucking grabs his helmet and he starts to right, and he sort of goes after him because that's exactly what I would do. And when they interview Jalen Ramsey afterwards, he was like, "Oh yeah, like." Football's football, but after you spit on me, there's no more football. Like that's personal.
He said, "I'm not a football player. I'm a man." At that point in time, yeah. I respect it, bro. Yeah.
I'm trying to fuck you up, bro.
That shit's. This is fucking gross to me too, bro. Like as a dude, like you're gonna spit. Like what? First off, I want to know what Jalen Ramsey said to get spit at. Like, what kind of wild shit can you get? Because Jalen Ramsey,
they need to be mic'd up.
They need to mic everybody.
Yeah, bro.
In every professional sport, I think you got to mic up everybody.
Okay. So is there something that warrants getting spit on? Is there something that somebody can tell you that would make you so angry or whatever?
Me or the average person? I'm petty as fuck, so yeah, there's some shit you could tell me.
Would like.
I think if you say some wild shit like about like I don't know my kid, my girl, my like I could hear saying like some derogatory shit like right like I don't know what their personal lives are like, but what if there's something he knows about them, right? And
dudes do that shit sometimes. They'll find out stuff.
If you're, I'm gonna use one right now. If you're fucking Stephon Diggs and I'm a DB, I'm gonna say some wild shit about Cardi B. Thing, right? Like you're gonna say some. I'm not saying it warrants. Nah. You gonna get spit at if you say some crazy shit. Like if Cardi B's my girl, I'm Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
And Jalen Ramsey says some like fucking outlandish like crazy shit. Like I'm fucking spitting at you, bro. I might try to punch you first. But if I can't punch you because you're wearing a helmet, you get spit at. I'm doing something. I don't know. What you doing is or like one of these guys has a teenage daughter and some dude makes some derogatory comment about a teenage daughter. You don't think that warrants a spit?
I don't have girls.
How convenient. I'm saying that shit warrants a spit.
Don't put me in that situation because I don't know what that's like.
I'm saying you can spit at. I don't give a fuck. Nah, I'm probably trying to hit you first. But
I would imagine that.
NFL fights are the dumbest shit in the world. Everybody's wearing helmets and pads and all this shit. Like, you can't really, like, hurt anybody. So it's always stupid to me when these guys get into fights because I'm like, it's real pussy to me because you can't really fight. And they're gonna break it up, and you're all in thing. You're gonna push some dude with some helmet on, like unless you're trying to yank some dude's helmet off.
That's what I'm thinking.
And then beat the shit out of him.
I think I would try to yank the helmet off.
Take the helmet off, and then I'm respecting more. I'm gonna try to beat you with your own helmet. Like,
but then you know what too, man? Are you like if you grab the face mask and you start yanking it? Are you going like you're gonna break this dude's neck?
Yeah, like
or are you not even thinking about that?
No, I'm just trying to fuck you up.
Maybe I'm not even thinking about
Yeah,
that.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, man. But
Please, please, please. Stop fucking spitting on each other. And then now
we need to hold a seminar about not spitting.
In my house, everybody's fucking with me. Right? So we're watching the game, and my sons are coming over and they're like, yo, did you see Jamar Chase spit on Jalen Ramsey? What would you do?
I'm just walking around going.
I feel like I'm being targeted in my own house right now, man.
Can't walk around with these teenage boys. Let me ask you, one of your boys spit at you. Walk. Yo, if you're not making a point to watch the video of this and just fast forward to this part, fucking Sean's face, the whole segment of the spit.
You know, one of my boys asked me, he goes, but what if it was a family member that spit on you? And I go, that's worse.
Yeah, that is worse.
I'm like, that's
I'm not worried about the DNA. I'm worried about you.
I'm like, that's worse. That's even more disrespectful, bro.
Yeah, no, fucking
please,
crazy, bro.
NFL, I love watching y'all. I do not want to get emotional.
Yeah, what do you got to do to deter? Because it's happening a lot. So, like, what do you do to deter? Do you have to up the suspension? Because this is cost them $500,000.
Yes, that's the other thing.
So, like,
$500,000. Literally $500,000
to spend on a guy.
Right. Like,
is it worth it?
I
think it depends what he said. I gotta hear the tape, bro.
I need the expense to be up $2 million. $2 million.
Yeah, but maybe you have to do that. If you're in the NFL, you go, yo, I gotta make it hurt your pockets for real. Maybe it doesn't.
And the thing is, it's based on what the player makes. So everybody is not suspended the same amount. He basically is missing.
It's one game check. Yeah,
he's missing a game plus like a $50,000.
Yeah, I think you gotta up that. You gotta not make it proportional to what you.
Yeah.
Cause then I go, if I'm fucking Jamar Chase, who has a lucrative contract.
Correct.
I'll pay $500,000 to get away with some fuck shit. But if I'm the punter, that's my whole paycheck, right? I'm not.
That's my whole year. That's my whole year.
If you find a punter $2 million, they gotta play for free for 7 years. You gotta fucking you're not gonna spit on somebody it's gotta be something that hurts no matter what you make, man. Because the one game check shit, again, for someone like Jamar Chase, who is highly paid but also has endorsement deals because he's Jamar Chase, right? Like very popular player. He plays a flashy position. He's a flashy player in terms of like skill set. He's fun to watch.
He's a phenomenal player, man. This is like, dude, I instantly was like, oh, fuck that guy. And I'm not a Jalen Ramsey fan. I do like, again, but on the defensive side of the ball, he's a phenomenal player as well.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I immediately took sides, bro.
Oh, yeah, you took Jalen Ramsey.
Oh, yeah, bro. I'm just like, fuck him up.
But let me ask you something. What if it's a player you hated that got spit on? Would it change it?
I don't hate any players, man.
Okay. So, like, growing up, you can't think of one player you hated that if you got spit on, you'd be like, fuck that guy.
Anybody on the Green Bay Packers.
See?
But now...
Aaron Rodgers gets spit on.
But now I'm a grown-ass man. And I don't wish that even on the Packers,
you gonna
man.
tell me 7 years ago,
man.
Not 7, man.
You gotta go back.
Devin Hester spits on Aaron Rodgers in the middle of a game.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Championship game. It's okay, right?
Yeah, probably back then. But I was very unreasonable back then.
So you were a whole 36 years old back then.
I just want to say that I have matured.
That's fucking crazy.
But dude,
what if you spit on a player that's got a fetish of getting spit on? Let's up the stakes.
He's not wearing a cup. He gets an erection.
Do you spit on him again? Because you're offended?
No.
Oh,
yes.
Now you risk that he spits back. Oh my God, man, dude. I feel I'm an asshole because I don't think that shit is gross. But happens to the right player. It can happen to anybody on the Ravens, and I'd be like, deserved it.
Derrick Henry.
Anybody deserved it. Fuck him. Anybody on the Steelers
he used to be a Titan.
Fuck him. Used to be.
They fucking traded him.
Used to be. Fuck them. It could be anybody.
God damn it. Let's get off that shit, man. Talk to me about.
Yo,
gotta get off.
The minute I saw it, though, I almost texted you because I was like, Sean's gonna be on fire with this.
Bro. And I'm telling you, man, in my house, my sons are fucking with me.
I'm gonna have them on. We're gonna have a clip. Every time you get offended by something, I'm gonna just have one of your sons' head just pop in the frame. Trying to do a loogie.
Dude, it was just, I gave him the same look I just gave you when he goes, what if it's a family member? And I'm like, no, that's worse.
It really is. Dude, you know who had fucking phenomenal shit talking this week and then didn't have to get spit on? Who? Fucking some fan against Draymond Green. Draymond Green gets into it with a fan in the middle of the game. Did you see the shit?
No.
The fan called him Angel Reese. Is that worse than getting spit on it? Bro, I was fucking crying.
Were they playing in Chicago?
No, wait. It was. Oh, that would have been amazing.
That would have been dope.
Chicago. I don't think so.
Now, did they say why was he doing something?
Let me see. I think I have it up here. It's
What is the deal with Angel Reese? Is she like a big complainer when she?
No, it's the whole. All she does is grab rebounds and can't play shit. No skill. You know, like that's the knock, right? I'm not saying that's what I think. I'm just saying.
But she's like a double machine, right?
Oh, he missed several shots and just kept getting his own rebound. So the fans called them Angel Reese. Yo, that's funny as fuck. It didn't show what team it was against, but the jerseys look sort of green, so I don't know if it was Boston or Milwaukee. Oh my God.
So what happened? So did he go after the fan?
Yeah, they started getting into it. He was yapping at the fan. I don't think the fan got ejected, but he confronted the fan. Yeah, look, here's the video. Him talking to the fan. So they get into it and the fan calls him Angel. That's the fan. And he's talking shit till he confronts him. And the ref is trying to break up the fight. Y'all gotta look at. But the fan basically said he called them Angel Reese because he kept missing shots and grabbing his own. That's, bro. We might have talked about this on this podcast once. You talk about me talking shit to an NBA player?
You talking about
Joakim Noah? I don't know. We might talk about it in the bar.
If it wasn't long, it was the
funniest shit ever. But it might have been a while back. But I remember I was sitting behind the Bulls bench. And speaking of Chicago, there was a game here in Orlando, and I'm talking shit to Joakim Noah.
Magic Bulls.
Magic Bulls, yeah. And this is the good Bulls team. That is like the Derrick Rose, Joakim Noah, that Bulls team. And I'm like a couple rows behind the Bulls bench.
First couple of years.
Yes. Like peak Derrick Rose. Where it was like Derrick Rose better than LeBron talk. Remember those days? Fucking. And I'm just, Joakim Noah, notorious shit talker kind of back then too. And similar player, not great offensively, but a good rebounder, good defender, Anyway, I'm talking shit. I can't even remember what it was that I was saying to him. And at one point in time, he turned.
How far back are you from the bench?
Maybe 3 rows, three rows, And he starts talking shit back. And then I know I got him because I said some shit, and then he just starts laughing, and then he just looks at me and just kind of does the shrug. I was like, I won, bitch.
Do you know what he said?
I can't even remember now, man. I wish I could. Because I would, I'll shit talk, but I know I wasn't saying, I usually don't say anything like,
I won't say anything derogatory.
No.
Yeah.
I'll just shit talk like trolling them, right? I think I was trolling them about something. And I don't even know why I chose, because I normally choose, I talk shit, but I wouldn't do it to a player like that normally. Yeah. I think he just talks so much shit. And I want to say that he's joined at the fans. Yeah. Because I'm not one of those that's going to sit behind you and mock you. As much shit as I talk, I won't do that. A game just unwarranted. So I feel like it was he was jawing some shit or whatever, and then he was having the worst fucking game ever. He was playing shit, and I just started saying shit back. I think I was reading his stats out to him or some shit like that. And then at some point, I can't even remember what I said, but he wants to respond, and he just ducks his head and he just laughed. And I I was like, I won. But like,
that's cool that he was a good sport about it.
Yeah, man. No, he was. He was initially pissed, but then he
could have turned around and jumped 3 rows
probably,
back and fucked you up.
Yeah. But I was like, is Joakim Noah? It's like,
you're like,
I like my chances.
I'll either whoop his ass or I can sue him.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Win-win.
Yeah. I was worried because he's got the gap, so I was like, if I punch him in his mouth, my fist's gonna go through it. I'll fuck with you, Joakim. Don't come.
Shout out to Joakim.
Yeah. He was, I think I was there was some shit. I think his dad was like a tennis player or some shit too, like a famous tennis player. And I think I know I definitely said some shit about he should probably pick up tennis or some shit too, like, but talking about his rebounding thing. But it was, I don't know, but I can't even remember. But I just remember him talking shit initially, and then like the back and forth. And I thought it was funny that he was like engaging, because I'm like, just turn around, bro. You know what I mean? Like, and he just kept going, and we went at it for like a little bit. And then eventually he just like kind of gave up, like, this motherfucker's not gonna stop. But he was cool about it.
That's cool, man. How are you on time, bro?
Dude, we're 48 minutes in.
Oh, good.
So,
dude,
what you got?
American betting.
Have you seen the numbers?
What is going on?
Dude? So Americans have spent, like, and obviously the last few years, I mean, certainly in Florida, like Hard Rock Bets is the online sports gambling that's happening
Florida,
here.
right.
Yeah. So this is gambling on, I think this is sports. This is sports specifically. So not just betting, this is sports betting. So I think across the country, sports betting has become legal in a lot of different places. I know where we are, it's a thing in the last couple of years.
Not for nothing, man. And like, for those of you that use like Robinhood has something.
They got a name for it. It's like
they got a name
contracts
for it.
or some shit. They try to stay away from gambling, but
it's gambling.
Yeah.
Okay.
So to your point, Robinhood and a lot of the other like kind of
they're getting around it.
Financial platforms are getting around it by selling you contracts of whatever the fuck it is, right? So like everything else, we figure out some loophole. But I saw this number that I thought was insane. Is 148 billion dollars have been spent on Americans have bet over the last year. So that's bets placed. God. 148 billion dollars worth of bets.
148 billion?
Yeah, that's more than movies than they spent on movies, books, concerts, and sports tickets combined.
Wow.
That's just gambling.
Those dollar bets.
They add up real quick, bro. The little parlays for fucking $12 parlays trying to hit Joakim Noah to score 47 points.
Nope.
16 rebounds. Bet Draymond Green to miss and get his own rebound 14 times in one game. They call that the Angel Reese prop.
Yo,
that's a lot of fucking money, bro. And a year, 148
Dude,
billion
but isn't
dollars?
Gambling is kind of like recession proof?
Yeah, well, anything that's like degenerate is kind of
alcohol.
Yeah, what are the things?
Listen, if we go into recession, definitely we're still gonna be here. And we'll find a way to.
It'll be cheaper liquor, but we'll still be.
We'll get fucking J and B.
EJ.
E and J, not J and B. E and J.
We making up our own brands because it'll be fucking bathtub gin. We make it up. Prohibition era
What's
liquor.
the Walmart brand you just brought up a little while ago?
Great value bourbon. If you don't know, you'll
Walmart. Hey. Gay, if you heard it here first, get on it.
Listen, just get on it. We'll
take a very small sponsorship.
Yeah, little tiny bit. Y'all can afford it. But bro, 148 billion. And to your point, man, during recessions, it's like alcohol, drugs, makeup, and
makeup?
they're like recession-proof thing. Or I shouldn't even say recession-proof. They actually pick up the volume.
Yeah.
Values go up because women invest more in makeup, and I'll let you guys use your imagination as to why.
No, they fucking
alcohol goes. It's like a known thing. So like whenever recessions are gonna hit, invest in makeup brands. I'm no bullshit. Yeah, invest in makeup brands and then alcohol brands and drugs, fucking anything degenerate, gambling, like. And interestingly enough, like. If you look at where casinos are located, they're not in Beverly Hills. I'll leave it at that. Like they're generally there's a specific demographic or an area by
Right.
It is by design of where you place casinos. So
yeah, no, true.
Denmark. Did you see this shit with that?
So I was going to bring up. Yep, the Denmark. I have not heard about.
I don't know how I feel about this yet, and I don't know how you enforce it. I guess you can, but they've proposed now banning social media for anyone 15 or younger.
You can't control that.
Yeah, I just don't know how you
don't
do
we?
it.
I mean, we have that shit too. Where
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
do like
you have
the
to get
accounts.
some, yeah.
Right. So it's like, oh, you got to put your birth date in. It's just like you'd have to have some sort of system where they can kind of almost like you got to put in your government ID number, right? Your social security number here. Maybe other countries have
like they do
shit.
now with porn or whatever, where you got to go through like I think most states now, like you got to put in an ID and all this shit to verify to even watch porn. Gambling sites, you have to do some shit like that. Social media, I think if you create a child's account, you need like an ID of an adult or a credit card or some shit like that for some. I think more of like, where do you stand on the whole banning social media? Because I know there's specific sites, there's specific like programs now that all these social media brands that cater to kids and they try to make it more kid friendly. There's specific social media brands that are kid centric. Like there are apps that are specifically for kids that aren't Facebook and Instagram and all that. I don't know. How do you feel like, I guess, of the government basically telling you how to raise your kids or policing your kids?
Yeah, man. Listen, I kind of feel like it's one of those things where I think as a parent, right, if you don't want your kids to be on social, then don't provide them with devices in which they can get social media.
Yeah.
Other than that, like we've taken the opposite stance where like my thought on it was we're not gonna not get them laptops or PCs, and I'm not gonna go through this because you mentioned the porn thing a little while ago, right? Where you have to put in your license or whatever to kind of get on it. Yo, there's other sites out there. There's other ways.
Yeah, I'm sure people figured it out. Yeah. Use VPN or whatever.
Porn. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm sure people will figure out a way around.
Yeah, you just kind of figure out a way. Like if it's available, it's kind of like drugs. If it's available and there's a market for it, there's going to be a way to get it. Whether that's illegal, is going to be harder to get it. Sure, but I don't think that the government should be running or should be deciding whether kids have social media or not. And I do understand on the flip side, I do understand that social media can be super harmful to some people.
Yeah.
But it's available. And so if you prolong them getting it to their the appropriate age, and then Denmark, like, I don't know, are they like, what is it in Europe?
The happiest country in the world, right?
True, but in Europe, like you can drink wine when you're
you could any age if you're with your parents. Yeah.
Denmark, are they that way?
I feel like they are.
Yeah. So it's okay. So you give your let's say that if, for argument's sake, let's say that they are like Europe, and you can give your kids wine at any. So you give them alcohol, but not social media. Again, all these things are harmful if taken in excess.
Right.
If not taken in moderation, like they're harmful.
I'm not really sure how I feel about it. Yeah, I'm kind of in the camp of like, I don't like the government telling me what to do. So like, let me raise my own kids. But do you think this is like this generation's like cigarettes, where like the government had to step in? Now you have all the commercials like anti-cigarettes. Like I remember growing up as a kid, you collected Marlboro like fucking carton things, and you sent in, you got leather jackets and shit, and like of course the
whole truth thing was that government funded?
Government, of course, it's.
I don't know.
I mean, it has to be right. Like, well, I mean, it could be some nonprofit that's like anti-cigarettes, but it has to ultimately end up coming from.
And that's gone.
Like what is the truth? Thing? It is, but cigarettes are also not very popular. You don't see commercials anymore. You don't
stopped
see
after like they kind of got their point across.
It's kind of like, remember when the government was pushing us to drink milk? Like, and you got milk commercials everywhere, and it was like, why the fuck are you pushing me to drink milk? And it's all, it's like some fucking company is funding somebody's campaign, and it's all kind of interconnected. But like, I guess I say that to say is like we know a lot of shit now about cigarettes and how harmful they were. At one point in time, like we were encouraging it, right? We were telling people smoke as much as possible, mail in your fucking box tops, and you get prizes and blah blah blah, and you can win shit. And I remember there being commercials and
the Marlboro Man was cool.
Yeah, and then it became illegal to even have a commercial, right? Like you can't. When was the last time you saw a cigarette commercial? Can't, right? Like remember. And so like. And we know all this shit about cigarettes now and all the harm they cause, yada yada. Now, should we be allowed to drink cigarettes and make that choice as an adult? Absolutely. Is it stupid or whatever? Like, I guess we're like probably, right? But who are we to tell you what to do with your own body? Like we drink on this podcast, right? Like you could argue it's a stupid idea to drink on this podcast. Do we find out that like the social media is way worse for us and especially at a younger age than we could ever have imagined later on, because I think the thing is like the whole us taking our brain thing serious is very new. Like for a very long time, absolutely. Unless it was like a physical ailment, we didn't look at behavior, and we didn't look at moods and dispositions and yada yada as a symptom of an illness, of a sickness or whatever. And I think we're getting to that point now. We're realizing, like, just like every other organ in your body, your brain is like what you put in, you're getting out. So garbage in, garbage out kind of thing. Like, is this? And I don't know what the answer is, but it's like, do we end up finding out that like just like social media and all that shit is like horrible? It's like cigarettes times 10, or it's just as bad as cigarettes for your body or whatever, like later on. And Denmark's just ahead of the game.
I think that with social media, the things that I see is like you don't know what's true, right? Like depending on what you focus on, the majority of the time will be a good indicator on what you will get the next time. And so you're constantly sort of fed whatever your eyeballs spend the most time on. It doesn't mean that it's actual. It doesn't mean that it's true. The algorithm just does that because the I guess the I don't know what word I'm looking for, but like they want your attention.
Yeah.
Right? Attention is the currency.
The currency, yeah.
And so it's like the more attention that they can get from you, the better. So I don't know what long-term effects that has. And is it a crime to get your attention? Or is it the crime that what I'm doing or like what you're focusing on and I'm helping you focus on is what's harming you?
I think the crime, if
there's one,
devil's advocate, if there's a crime, it's the damage that it's doing to your brain. In the way that we say the damage that cigarettes do to your lungs, or the damage that cigarettes do, as far as like cancer and yada yada.
What does it do to your brain?
I think that's the part we don't know yet, right? I think we know. It's got to be doing something. It's got to be doing something fucked up. I think we don't know how to articulate it or how to quantify it yet, and diagnose it and whatever. But it's got to be doing something, right? Is the assumption, and maybe not. Maybe we'll find out like it was fine. We're just fucking dramatic, like, and people are just dramatic. I think too. The other part of me could also be projecting like my own self. Like, you ever look at your screen time on your phone and look at how much time you spend on certain apps, and you look at how much time you spend on social media apps? It's fucking embarrassing. I've looked at like how much time I've spent on social media apps, and I'm like,
if you took that and put it in something else.
Oh my God, yeah.
You'd be expert.
All the shit you complain about?
Yeah.
Right? Like you think about if you're complaining about your income, like all the ways you could have figured out to have a better income. If you complain about relationships with family members, all that energy you could have put into that. If you complain about like weight and appearance and like whatever, all that time you could have spent in the gym. If you complain about like if you're a kid in school and you have shitty grades, like all that time, like I look at my screen time and I'm like, a lot of the times, and if I look at how much time I spent on like fucking Instagram or like, I'm like, man, that's embarrassing. Like how much time in a day you spend on it, and so maybe it's me projecting that.
And
shit.
They're really good at keeping your attention.
Of course,
it's kind of why that's their business.
That's kind of the point, right? Like it's the business is keep the eyeballs on it for as long as humanly possible, so that they can then push shit to you, right? Like ads and whatever that they sell, which is how they make their money, right? So like I get it, I understand why they do it. I don't even know, dude. I don't even know that it's like social media companies, and maybe we'll find this out later because I don't know, because I don't feel that tobacco companies owe us anything, right? I think at the end of the day, we're adults and people should be able to make their own decisions. I don't necessarily agree with the government stepping in to to sort of like save us from us. Right. Like we got rid of the whole supersized meals at McDonald's and all that shit. I'm like, bro, fuck you. Like, you should be allowed.
Bring them back.
Bring it back. You should be allowed to make your own decision. Where I agree is if you are someone who's on government-funded healthcare. I think
I can see that.
Like if you're on Medicare or if you're on some kind of government paid for health plan, and they want to chime in on like, hey man, you shouldn't be allowed to buy like a supersized meal at McDonald's, I'd be like, the argument could be like, I'm gonna pay for whatever ailment you're gonna get from doing that shit all the time.
Yeah, right.
I could almost understand that aspect of it. So I don't necessarily agree with them stepping in. I think we should all be left to our own devices to make those choices. Because I don't think companies have a social responsibility or a moral responsibility. Because at the end of the day, like they're for profit and they have to do what's best for them and their shareholders and their employees and all that shit. So I get that. I never think that we should put it back on them. Because to me that removes like accountability from the individual.
Right.
Like I can't blame whatever company makes the Brothers of Bond bourbon if I'm an alcoholic. Like I chose to grab the bottle if that's the case, right? Like I
also think that it's not the government's job to do that.
No, I agree. Yeah.
Save you from yourself.
No, I agree. I think more what I was thinking about was and I'm sure there were arguments back then, we don't feel bad for tobacco companies now. And so the social media become that where we're just like, yeah, but it's horrible for you. For us, it's a very obvious answer now. But if I think about, me as a kid, and you told me, yo, one day we're gonna ban this shit, I'd be like, that's weird, that's crazy. You know what I mean? Like I would have never thought that.
Yeah.
Like you remember when people would smoke in restaurants, or you'd go in and they'd be like smoking or non-smoking. Like that was very normal. The idea of anybody smoking indoors right now, you'd look at them like they were crazy.
Yeah.
And 15 years ago was very normal. You know what I mean? Like so I wonder again if like 15 years from now are we looking at social media?
I think it was longer than that, man.
Yeah,
I think we're at like the 25-year mark.
Oh, wow. You see, I try to feel younger, but thanks. All right.
Yeah, no, man. I think I'm trying to remember, man. So like, I'll tell you this, man. When I was in the Marine Corps, it wasn't. So that's from '94 to '98.
Yeah,
you couldn't smoke inside.
Okay.
Now I remember in the '80s, yeah, you could. But I remember because one of my bosses in the Marine Corps, he used to smoke.
Okay.
And he'd always go outside to smoke. And just thinking back, I go like, oh yeah, that was already gone. Like if you smoke, you have to go outside.
Dude, I remember when people were able to smoke on airplanes, I feel like.
Yeah, yes, absolutely.
Airplanes, the idea of that.
Fucking trains.
You're like, bro, you're gonna hop in a pressurized capsule
that was in the 80s, bro.
1,000 feet in the air and light up a cigarette. Sounds fucking crazy, but it was very normal.
Yeah.
So
it must have stopped somewhere in the early 90s. At least the indoor stuff.
Yeah, I think that varied by state, I feel like. Because I feel like when I moved to Florida, it was like you could smoke inside still. And I moved here in 2000. And I feel like you could still smoke inside when I first moved here. And I feel like I remember it being, we're acting like we don't have the answer to everything fucking on our phones. Like, when did Florida ban smoking, let's see, in restaurants? 2003. So it is over 20 years though.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, because the vote passed in 2002, and effective as of July 1, 2003, Florida banned smoking in restaurants. So let's see.
All right, so we're 22 years in.
So I don't think they have a ban indoors. Florida banned indoor smoking in most enclosed workplaces. Oh, same thing. So that covered
23.
Yeah.
I mean 2003. Yes,
but you're part right. And your thing is, Florida expanded an earlier thing, which was the Florida Clean Indoor Air Act of 1985, where it prohibited smoking in certain public places, but it allowed it in workplaces, at like restaurants and retail stores, as long as they had designated smoking areas. So it's kind of So you were right. And then there's the sections, which is why I remember. Because I remember being like going to a restaurant, you go to the hostess, and they'd be like, smoking or non-smoking, and that was
yes, that's right.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, I don't know. So I don't know, man. The social media, I think it's so new. Like we want to understand, like cigarettes, we have like 100 years of data on tobacco, right?
Yeah.
Like,
but it'll be interesting to see, man, what happens with this and where it goes. Listen, if Denmark wants to do that, man, let them. Again,
do you think companies should be responsible? Like, do you think we should hold, like a tobacco company responsible for your family members get cancer or somebody gets cancer for smoking cigarettes? Do you think?
Dude, I think that no, I don't think that tobacco companies should be held accountable for that. I think that they should be warning labels sort of on it, and maybe that's what we get to with social media, where it's like, hey, like this can have these negative effects on you. Use at your own risk.
Could you work for one of them?
Yeah. But I can work for a tobacco company too. Like I'm not
that's
opposed.
what I mean, like tobacco company.
Yeah. I'm not opposed, man. Like I gotta make a living, right? Like I mean, we all do. So yeah, if you know, if I was working for one of them, I'm not that socially like. To me, I go like it's.
Yeah, I can have the separation.
It's like a liquor company. I could work for them too. Are there alcoholics? Sure, but the dangers of it. You have to kind of everything in moderation.
Yeah, I have it's funny, man. I have I think it was in college. There was a whole like kind of similar thing. I can't remember if it was a paper, an assignment in class, or like a speech thing for debate. I can't remember exactly what it was for, but it was basically like, you know, if you were the CEO of a tobacco company and you knew that your product was killing people and blah blah blah, all the shit like the data, right? Like, could you, like, morally speaking, ethically speaking, it might have been business ethics or some shit, but anyway, it was like, could you do it? And I remember back then being like, you know, like, oh man, that sucks, and you know, because you're a kid, you're still like socially, you still try to care about people. And thinking about it now, I'm in that camp of like, yeah, I'll be just fine. Because like, adults are adults, man. I can't save you from you all the time. And also, who am I to tell you I do shit that's bad for me? So why should I feel bad? You know, like people make it's not like you're forcing cigarettes on people. I think it'd be different if like, hey, I make gas for gas chambers that are being used to commit mass genocide. It's like, and that was the only
No, man, I think it'd be different if it's just like, oh, I'm out here like, so I work for the cigarette company in this case, and I'm by the fucking elementary school and I'm handing out packs of cigarettes.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's again, you go like, okay, like that, I don't want to do that. But if you're gonna make this and you have warnings on it and it's available to adults and you gotta be 18 to buy them and they choose to buy them, yeah, I don't have a problem with that, bro.
Yeah, I think you should be handing out cigarettes to them though, man. Like, you gotta have vision for the long term, right, bro. You're 40 years old, you're gonna die soon. You gotta think about the long term.
You gotta start earlier and earlier.
you gotta get them hooked. Do you know anyone who smokes cigarettes who doesn't say, I've been smoking since I was 12? Every single one of them will tell you that shit.
You're right. Nope.
Every single smoker I know will tell me some shit how they've been smoking since they were like in fucking 6th grade.
I tried cigarettes, I think, you know, like sometime in high school. Yeah. And I remember, you know, literally like going to the store and buying packs of cigarettes. Yeah. And then smoking. And then one day, man, I was just like, and it wasn't long. I'm talking about maybe like a couple of months. Okay. And I just go like, yo, this is nasty.
Yeah,
and I literally just stopped, and then I just never picked one back up. Man, sorry, I stopped, and then I think there was another time where I was like, oh man, like I said, the group that I was in was smoking, and I was like, oh man, give me one, and lit it up, took the first drag, and went like, oh yeah, I remember why I stopped. Sorry, like that, not doing that.
I think my first drag of cigarette, I took it backwards, so it was pretty terrible. I don't even know how I was able to light the filter. But I went through a phase there where I was never like a cigarette smoker. Yeah. But like socially, like if I was out, like if I was at a club or a bar and I was drinking and someone offered me one, I would take it. You know what I mean? Like I don't think I've ever bought a pack for myself, but I was definitely like a social one where I'd be like, I'll have one. You know, I like cigars. I remember I went through a phase where I would do cigars all the time, and now I might do like one cigar a year or something like that.
That's me, man. I might do a couple a year. Yeah. Like, but it's not, man. I think maybe
Like you said, in moderation,
like once a
fine,
quarter, man.
Like, yeah, right. Like in moderation, it's fine. Because I do enjoy the, like, you and I have done it. Like, hey, light up a cigar, have a good drink.
It's a social factor, man.
It's a social thing. And like, it's like I do get, and like you said, anything in moderation. If I was smoking a cigar a day, it'd be like, that's probably a problem. But like, you know, like, and also it's a problem for me, but it doesn't mean it has to be a problem for the other guy. Some people are okay with the consequence around, like the upside for them is worth it, right? Or just it doesn't. It's not even that deep for them. They're just not thinking about it that way. They just want to do it, right? It's cool too. Yeah, I don't know, man. I thought that was fascinating,
bro.
Yeah.
Teach down. Let's see what Denmark comes up with, man. Like I think it's very similar to what we did with, or we talked about with New York.
Yeah,
it's like these experiments. I'm happy to sit back and watch. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Same, man. Like, you know what? Like, we don't have or know the answer to everything. And, you know, I think if it's all with good intentions, I'm always like, let's try it. See, right? Yeah, for sure, man.
All right, bro. On that, tell them where they can find us.
At the Carbon Foot Podcast on Instagram, the Carbon Foot Podcast on Facebook, on YouTube, at Carbon FP Pod on X, at Carbon Foot Podcast on TikTok, and then every audio platform, wherever you guys listen to your music or your podcast, so Spotify, Apple Podcasts, JioSav, TuneIn, Amazon Music, Audible, Stitcher, I feel like I'm repeating them now, Pocket Cast, Podchaser, Radiocast, Deezer, pull it up. Tell your smart device, whether it's an Alexa or Google Home or tell Siri, whatever, that it'll play us. Just, to find us, not hard to find. We're pretty much on every major platform now.
Absolutely. And as always, we appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Peace.
Bye.